So what I want to do first is I'm going to take loose this plant here. Actually, we're going to trim some of the stuff off the bottom. So as we lean and lower, we're wanting to take these lower leaves off. I only want about 5 feet of plant with leaves. So we're just going to clean this down to just a stem here. So it'll look like just a naked stem. Do this one too. Now if you got fruit hanging down here, you want to pay attention to it. I don't like the fruit in the ground because then the bugs get to it. So I try to keep the fruit up off the ground. So as you're lowering the top, you need to pay attention to the bottom so that you don't get it too low. But they are adjustable, like if I get this started and then I notice that the plant's on the ground, I can totally readjust. So I now have this plant come around the post, and I'm going to put it on this other side here. And when I'm doing that, I'm going to lower that stem. I'll show you here in just a sec. I'll get the plant out of my hand. So as you can see, we're now getting kind of a sideways motion to this plant. And actually, because I don't have any fruit here, I could actually drop that a little bit lower. And so I just turn this loose. And we go a little bit lower. And you can see now we have more angles to this plant. And I could go inside or outside the post, it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go outside today just to give me a little more room. This one is a little on the short side. You can see it's only to here. And so we can actually bypass this one. We have passing lanes. We call this our racetrack. And so I'm going to take down this next one. Cherry tomatoes grow a lot faster than other tomatoes. So this is a cherry here, and then this little guy that we're going to pass is the black Chef's Choice. So I'm going to pick that loose. Now I got hold of my plant, and this is why we've been trimming the suckers, because now I have control over the whole plant. I don't have bits and pieces and suckers coming all different directions. So it's going to come around the little short Chef's Choice black. I'm going to put it over here. And my goal here is to be able to put a clip on the top of this plant so that it doesn't bend and break with the excess weight of the tomatoes. So I have another clip here. Let's see. It's not my ideal choice spot right below the fruit, but I do want to get this up here. Okay, take that sucker out. I do see a few red aphids on the tip here, and I've just been kind of squishing them. If they get really obnoxious, we can get some pyrethrine powder after them, but so far so good. All right, so down here at the bottom, we're going to clean off a bunch of these leaves. And this gives us air circulation down here. It helps us to see what's going on. We're going to have vines on top of vines, and it gets a little congested at the bottom. So as you can see now that we have wrapped this one around, we got it low enough down that we can support the top. And we'll move on down to the next one, which is also another nice tall one. Clean this off the bottom. But once you get used to this process, you are going to love it. It does take a little time to figure out, how to train it to a single stem. And that's why we've been cutting all these suckers this whole time. But it does work out pretty well. That's why I can grow 12 tomato plants in this really small space. That gives me 12 root balls, 12 tops, as opposed to, maybe 4 root balls and 36 tops. So I can feed the plant better if it's just one root ball and one vine. Okay, this one comes around the corner. Tie that up there. It'll be nice and low right on top of the dill plant. We don't care. Put my clips back on, and then I have this excess string that we left on here. So as we keep going, we can add, we can let some of that string out and keep this thing going pretty much forever until we freeze in here if I want to. All right, should we sample one more? So I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to take all the leaves off. Clean it up. We are getting some suckers. There's a sucker coming out of the ground. So I'll take that off because we just want to work with these 12 tops. We don't want any more. Okay, that's cleaned up pretty good. And then this guy is actually going to move over one because we got 4 plants per section. We do want to lower this down. And let's lean you over the post. So you can home clear out here. And if you get them too low, you got tomatoes dragging on the ground, you can pick them up, or you can also put a clip on the tomato sets to get them up off the ground. So that's a second option. So then this goes, I'll be careful of the fruit so I don't knock the fruit off, because that's the whole purpose of this, is to grow fruit. So the purpose is not how well do I lean and lower, the purpose is the fruit. So that's your first priority. I got a few suckers here. Take them out. Okay, that one's looking pretty good. And one more. So we always go around the same direction. Like I could have gone this way or this way, but half of them don't go one way and half of them the other way. And this is one reason why I like to grow them in a full square, so that as we're moving them around, we got the full circle. We can do a half of one if you have the trellis in the center that can support the ones coming across. Okay, this one's got some really nice tomato clusters. Okay, and the string is a little tangled. All right, this one we need to take this down. Let the string loose. Okay, something like that. I like the double clips on the strings because I have walked in and found my tomatoes plants laying on the floor. And it's probably not very good for them. Okay, let's get this straightened up here. I think I'll clip as high as I can. The clips are about a foot apart. That's pretty common on the tomatoes. All right, so that one's moved around the corner, or down the row actually. It's not around the corner. Okay, this guy. Okay, this guy got some low-hanging fruit, so I want to pay attention to that. There's a sucker, we'll take that out. There's a sucker, we'll take that out. Alrighty, this one's really tall. I think I'll just turn the string loose right away. And hello, tomatoes, you're up here in my clips. Alright, so we're going to lay this one down. What I'm paying attention to is how high off the ground that fruit is. We can go right there and still be off the ground. A couple of clips on here. And now we can support this vine because I have fruit above the clip. And also here's another set of fruit above the clip, so I'll get this one pretty high. Sucker right there. Okay, and we still have, this tomato is still hanging about an inch above the soil. So we're good there. If it's not, you can take it and you can actually put it around on the plant. You could also take a clip And you can clip this stem that the tomato is on, and you can clip that to the string if you need to control this end where you want to keep it up out of the soil. If you want to learn how to grow $2,500 worth of organic produce with only a 15-minute-a-day commitment, sign up for the High Performance Garden Show. There are hundreds of episodes chock full of my best gardening secrets that I have learned over the last 3 decades. Go to thelivingfarm.org/high-performance-garden-show. It's free and online. Also, if you want to join the premier online community of people who grow food, medicine, and build resilient communities, join us today at thegrownetwork.com. Thanks so much for watching. May your garden be easy, fun, productive, and always organic.